Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare 1-cent coins, because some of these coins are rare among collectors and are worth millions. So today, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today. We're taking a closer look at one of the most intriguing coins from that era, the United States Lincoln penny from 1962. At first glance, it may look ordinary, the kind of coin you might overlook in a handful of change. But collectors know that within this year hides some rare treasures that can take your breath away. 1962 was a time when America felt full of opportunity. Families were thriving, technology was advancing, and coins poured out of the mint to meet the needs of a busy nation. Billions of pennies were made that year, but only a very tiny fraction carry the special traits that transform them from everyday coins into collectors' dreams. This is where rarity steps in, and rarity is what makes the hunt worthwhile. Collectors who study the Lincoln series know that errors are the true stars of this hobby. And the 1962 penny has produced some of the most fascinating errors ever seen on a copper coin. Imagine finding a double-die penny where the date or the words "In God We Trust" appear doubled, creating a shadow-like effect that catches the eye instantly. Imagine spotting an off-center strike where Lincoln's portrait drifts toward the rim, leaving a crescent of blank metal on one side. Or picture discovering a penny struck on a slightly thinner or thicker planchet, subtle at first glance, but unmistakably unusual upon closer inspection. And that's only the beginning. Some 1962 Lincoln pennies show die cracks that snake across the surface like tiny lightning bolts. Others have repunched mint marks, a result of the mint worker manually stamping the letter more than once. These small, unexpected details create a kind of uniqueness that collectors chase endlessly, because each error is like a fingerprint. No two are exactly alike. When one of these special pennies appears, it becomes a miniature marvel of minting history. Condition is another key that unlocks a penny's value. Most pennies from 1962 have lived tough lives. They've sat in jars, scraped against other coins, traveled through decades of pockets, and suffered scratches, stains, or dulling from constant use. So when a penny emerges with crisp details, rich original shine, and almost no signs of handling, collectors instantly take notice. A high-grade example stands out like a jewel among pebbles, especially when paired with a minting error that amplifies its rarity. What makes this story even more exciting is that these special pennies can appear almost anywhere. They might be hiding in an old coin album you haven't opened in years. They might be tucked away in a box of coins you inherited. They might even be sitting unnoticed in a small pile of pocket change. That sense of possibility, the idea that you could stumble upon something rare at any moment, is what keeps collectors searching, inspecting, and dreaming. The 1962 Lincoln penny holds an irresistible charm because it represents the perfect blend of history, craftsmanship, and mystery. It reminds us that even the most common object can become extraordinary under the right circumstances. For collectors, each error penny from this year is not just a coin. It's a moment frozen in time, a mistake turned into a masterpiece, and a treasure that tells a story only a trained eye can appreciate. And now we arrive at the moment every viewer has been waiting for. Some exceptionally rare 1962 Lincoln pennies, especially those with dramatic minting errors in pristine condition, have reached an astonishing value of $92,000. Top 2, we're exploring one of those fascinating pieces, the United States Lincoln penny from 1963. At first glance, it may seem like just another copper coin from the past, but once you look closer, you'll see why some of these pennies have become truly extraordinary finds. 1963 was a year filled with movement and transformation in America. The country was growing fast, the mint was working at full speed, and billions of pennies were produced for everyday use. Because of the huge number of coins made that year, most of them are extremely common. But buried among the ordinary pieces are rare collectibles that stand out because of uncommon mistakes. Mistakes created in the blink of an eye at the mint, yet powerful enough to send shockwaves through the coin-collecting world. Collectors prize the Lincoln penny series because errors on these coins are like lightning captured in metal. And the 1963 pennies include some of the most intriguing minting errors of the entire decade. One of the most exciting is doubling, where the date or lettering appears duplicated, giving the coin a bold, shadowed look that immediately draws attention. These double-die pennies are among the crown jewels for collectors hunting for special varieties. Some pennies from this year were struck off-center, shifting Lincoln's portrait toward the rim and leaving a portion of blank copper exposed. Others reveal repunched mint marks, caused when the letter was stamped more than once, each impression slightly misaligned. There are also pennies that show die cracks, tiny raised lines that form naturally when the die begins to wear out. And once in a while, a penny from 1963 is discovered on a transitional or improperly mixed planchet, making it even rarer than a standard error. What makes these special coins even more thrilling is the fact that so many have been hidden in plain sight for decades. Most 1963 pennies were spent, saved, traded, and handled without a second thought. People tossed them into jars, pushed them into piggy banks, or stuffed them into drawers. Few realized that some of those coins carried unique, valuable traits that would one day make collectors stop in their tracks. That is the beauty of numismatics. Ordinary becomes extraordinary the moment a detail is noticed. Condition also plays a powerful role. The vast majority of pennies from this year show clear signs of circulation: scratches, discoloration, worn edges, faded details. But finding a penny from 1963 that still glows with its original copper shine is incredibly rare. When a coin has survived without damage, its value can jump dramatically. Combine perfect or near-perfect condition with an error, and you have a treasure worth guarding with pride. Collectors know the rush that comes with inspecting a coin and suddenly spotting something unusual. The heart races. The excitement builds. Every tiny detail matters. Was the strike misaligned? Is the lettering doubled? Is that a crack in the die or a scratch from circulation? It's a puzzle, a hunt, and a thrill all wrapped into one small copper disc. And for many collectors, the 1963 penny represents the perfect storm of history, rarity, and the joy of discovery. There's something inspiring about the idea that a coin worth just 1 cent could hold a secret worth thousands. It reminds us that value isn't always obvious. It's something that must be looked for carefully, studied closely, and appreciated fully. And that is exactly why rare Lincoln pennies continue to delight both new collectors and seasoned experts around the world. And now we reach the moment you've been waiting for. Some exceptionally rare 1963 Lincoln pennies, especially those with dramatic minting errors and outstanding condition, have reached an incredible value of $89,000. Top 3. Every collector knows that sometimes the smallest discoveries are the ones that leave the biggest impact. Imagine picking up a copper penny from decades ago, light, worn, nothing unusual at first glance, and suddenly realizing that this little coin holds a secret hidden for more than half a century. That's the excitement behind the United States Lincoln penny from 1965, a coin that might look ordinary but has become a surprising treasure for sharp-eyed collectors. 1965 was a year of transition in American coinage. The country had just removed silver from most circulating coins, and the U.S. Mint was under heavy pressure to produce huge quantities of new currency. That pressure created the perfect storm for minting mistakes, and those mistakes are exactly what turned some 1965 pennies into extremely desirable collectibles. The interesting part is that millions of these pennies were perfectly normal, but hidden among them are rare pieces with unexpected errors that elevate their value far beyond their humble origins. Some of the most fascinating errors from this year involve doubling, where the date, lettering, or even parts of Lincoln's portrait appear to be stamped twice. This creates a bold, shadowed effect that instantly captures attention when the coin is examined under good light. Double-die pennies are among the most sought-after treasures in the entire Lincoln series, and finding one from 1965 is like discovering a spark of magic in a handful of copper. Other pennies show dramatic off-center strikes, where the design is shifted noticeably to one side and a portion of blank planchet becomes visible. These coins look as if the image slid across the surface, leaving a crescent of empty metal that makes each one unique. A few examples even reveal die cracks, raised lines caused by stress in the minting die, stretching across the field like threads of lightning. There are also known instances of pennies struck on improperly mixed planchets, giving the coin a slightly different color or thickness than it should have. What makes these mistakes so exciting is how unexpected they are. A Lincoln penny from 1965 could have passed through dozens of hands, been tossed into a jar, spent at a store, or forgotten in a drawer. Most people had no idea that some of these little copper coins were actually rare errors. And that's why coin hunting is such an addictive hobby. The chance that a valuable piece could be hiding right in front of you, waiting for the right person to look closely enough. Condition is another key part of the puzzle. Because pennies circulate heavily, most 1965 examples suffer from scratches, discoloration, and worn edges. A high-grade penny from this year stands out immediately. The sharpness of Lincoln's beard, the clarity of the lettering, the smoothness of the fields. These details matter. A well-preserved coin can be valuable, but when that condition is paired with an error, the value leaps to an entirely different level. Collectors love these coins because they tell a story. They represent a moment in history when the mint was shifting materials, adjusting machines, and working at remarkable speed to keep up with national demand. And in that process, small imperfections slipped through, imperfections that today have become prized by numismatists who appreciate the beauty of unexpected variety. The 1965 Lincoln penny is a reminder that even the most ordinary item can carry extraordinary value. It teaches collectors to slow down, to pay attention, and to never underestimate a coin that seems too common to matter. Because sometimes the rarest treasures are disguised as something simple, hidden in plain sight until the right pair of eyes discovers their secret. And now, the moment collectors wait for. Some exceptionally rare 1965 Lincoln pennies, especially those with striking mint errors and incredible condition, have reached a remarkable value of $87,000. Top 4, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins for collectors, the United States Lincoln penny from 1969. This little piece of history is not only a snapshot of its time, but also a rare gem that has captured the attention of numismatists worldwide. 1969 was a year of transition and innovation in American coinage. The mint was producing billions of pennies, ensuring that change flowed freely through the economy. Yet, in the rush of mass production, a few extraordinary mistakes slipped through unnoticed. And those mistakes, the rare errors, are exactly what makes certain 1969 Lincoln pennies so highly sought after. While most pennies from this year were ordinary and circulated for decades, the unusual ones are the ones collectors dream about. One of the most captivating errors found on these pennies is doubling. Known as double-die pennies, these coins show an unmistakable shadow effect on the date, the words Liberty, or even Lincoln's profile. It's as if the coin has a ghostly echo of its design, a detail that is impossible to ignore when you examine the coin carefully. These double dies are extremely rare and, in some cases, become the centerpiece of an advanced collector's set. Off-center strikes are another fascinating feature. In these coins, Lincoln's portrait appears shifted toward the edge, leaving a crescent of blank copper exposed. Each off-center penny is unique because no two strikes are exactly alike. Some coins from 1969 also display die cracks, tiny raised lines created by stress in the minting die. These cracks often stretch across the field like lightning and give the coin a dramatic, one-of-a-kind appearance. There are even examples struck on improperly prepared planchets, giving the coin subtle variations in thickness or color, details that can dramatically increase its desirability. What makes these coins so intriguing is how they hide in plain sight. Many of them traveled through the hands of countless people without anyone realizing their rarity. Some sat forgotten in coin jars, others tucked away in drawers or albums, while a few might have remained in circulation for years. The excitement of discovering one of these rare coins is unmatched, like stumbling upon a hidden treasure in your own home. Condition plays a crucial role in a coin's value. Most 1969 pennies have endured decades of wear, scratches, and fading, yet some extraordinary examples have survived nearly untouched. The sharpness of Lincoln's features, the clarity of the lettering, and the smoothness of the coin's field all contribute to its appeal. When a minting error is paired with near-perfect preservation, the coin becomes an object of fascination for collectors and a highly prized addition to any collection. The 1969 Lincoln penny represents more than just money. It tells a story of a year in history, of a mint operating at incredible speed, and of the tiny imperfections that can transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. For collectors, each rare penny is a reminder that value can be hidden in the most unexpected places, waiting for someone with a keen eye and patience to reveal its secret. And now, the moment every coin enthusiast has been waiting for. Some exceptionally rare 1969 Lincoln pennies, especially those with dramatic minting errors in pristine condition, have reached an astounding value of $85,000. Top 5. There's a special kind of thrill in coin collecting when a small, seemingly ordinary piece of change transforms into a treasure with incredible value. That's exactly what happens when you examine the United States Lincoln penny from 1971. At first glance, it looks like any other penny. Simple copper, Lincoln's portrait on the front, the familiar inscriptions. But for collectors, this coin is far more than a piece of metal. It's a slice of history, a story frozen in time, and in some cases, a rare and highly valuable collectible that can command astonishing sums. 1971 was a year of change and experimentation at the United States Mint. The production of pennies was immense, as the Mint worked tirelessly to meet the demands of a growing economy. With millions of coins rolling off the presses every day, even the most carefully planned processes couldn't prevent all errors. And those errors, small, unintentional, and often unnoticed at the time, are what makes some 1971 Lincoln pennies truly extraordinary. One of the most captivating types of error on these pennies is the double die variety. On these coins, the date, the word Liberty, or even parts of Lincoln's profile appear to have a shadow or duplicate image. This doubling is striking to the eye and makes the coin stand out immediately under proper lighting. Double die pennies are highly prized because each one is essentially a unique accident that cannot be reproduced, making it a true collector's gem. Off-center strikes are another fascinating feature seen on some 1971 pennies. In these coins, Lincoln's portrait is pushed to one side, leaving a crescent of blank copper along the edge. Each off-center penny is unique because the degree and position of the offset vary with every strike. Some coins even feature die cracks, small raised lines caused by stress in the die that traveled across the coin's field like delicate lightning bolts. Others show subtle anomalies such as repunched mint marks or transitional planchet errors, giving the coin a distinct look that collectors love to study and debate. What makes these pennies even more intriguing is the story behind their survival. Most circulated widely, passing from hand to hand, jar to jar, and wallet to wallet. Many were forgotten, others were spent repeatedly, and a select few remained hidden in coin collections for decades. The thrill of uncovering one of these rare coins, often unexpectedly, is a major reason why coin collecting continues to captivate enthusiasts around the world. Each discovery feels like stumbling upon a long-lost treasure, a piece of history that has quietly endured the test of time. Condition plays an equally important role in determining a coin's value. Most 1971 pennies show clear signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, or worn edges. A coin that has survived in near-perfect condition, however, displays sharp details, clear inscriptions, and the original copper luster that can make it stand out instantly. When such a pristine coin also exhibits a minting error, it becomes not just rare, but highly desirable and invaluable for serious collectors. The 1971 Lincoln penny is a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry incredible stories. It represents a year of growth, change, and meticulous production at the Mint, and it offers collectors a chance to connect with history in a tangible way. Each penny tells a story, whether it's the story of an error that went unnoticed for decades or the story of a coin that survived in perfect condition against all odds. For collectors, this combination of rarity, error, and condition transforms a simple penny into a prized possession. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Some exceptionally rare 1971 Lincoln pennies, especially those with dramatic minting errors and outstanding preservation, have reached an extraordinary value of $82,000. If you enjoyed exploring the fascinating world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us bring more amazing coin discoveries to viewers like you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video about hidden treasures, rare coins, and unbelievable finds. Share this video with your friends and fellow collectors, because you never know who might have a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and keep hunting for those incredible coins.